The world is on fire. People want to go to war every minute. Whether it's Trump, or it's Putin, or it's the guy from China, or the guy from Korea, or the guy from Iran, or Israel. Everybody wants to go to war. But not a regular war. Everyone's threatening with nuclear weapons. Now, the Gemara says in Masechet Sanhedrin that the Mashiach will come when everyone has made the choice whether they're going to go 100% for Hashem or against Hashem. Meaning, some people will go against Hashem, and some people will go for Hashem. Some people will keep Torah, some people will go against the Torah. Some people will go with the Mashiach, some people will fight against the Mashiach. So, everyone is going to have to make a choice. There's going to be a few that will be in the middle, and Hashem is going to force them to make a choice, to pick a side. Now, these two sides are going to go into a spiritual war that's called Gog U'Magog. Yes, Gog U'Magog war, and there's different parts of the war. It starts initially as a war that seems like irrelevant, but then we start seeing this is more of a spiritual war than anything else, because it starts with first Edom against Ishmael, Esav against Ishmael, the Christians against the Arabs. But then after the Christians beat up the Arabs and the Arabs beat up the Christians, they both decide that everything is the fault of who? Yaakov, Israel. So they both stop fighting each other, combine and go against Am Yisrael. According to Chazal, they'll end up conquering Eretz Yisrael and taking it for 9 months. Hashem Yerachem Aleinu during that time. During that time, all of the people that are in the middle will be put to the test. Anyone that thinks that they had a hard life will pray for that hard life. That's why even the sages said, we want the Mashiach to come. We just don't want to be alive when it happens, because of how difficult the time is going to be before Mashiach comes. Everyone is going to be put to the test to such an extent that HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells the prophet 2/3 of the world will die immediately during this war, and the last third will be purified like you purify gold and silver. Meaning everyone is going to be put up to the test. The most difficult test you could possibly imagine. It's going to make every single person decide either they're for Hashem or against Hashem 100%. No more 80, no more 70, no more half religious, no more sometimes, nothing. Either you're 100% for Hashem, where you're willing to jump off a cliff, knowing HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to catch you, or you are on the side of Christianity, Catholicism, and all the idolatry of the world. That's the only choices available. Nothing else. It's a very, very difficult time, Rabotai. People that are looking forward to the Mashiach are simply ignorant of the reality. If Mashiach came today, we'd be in very, very serious trouble. Because I don't even know if we've done TeShuva yet. Anyone that's certain that they're going to be saved when the Mashiach comes need to do TeShuva even more. Because they're living illusion, living in La La Land. If Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, in Gemara Masechet Brachot, at the end of Gemara, he says, I know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is about to take my neshama right now, but I don't know if he's taking me to Gan Eden or Gehenom. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, the entire oral Torah we have today is thanks to him. He was the rabbi of Rabbi Akiva. He wasn't sure if he's going to heaven or hell. And we all sure Mashiach comes, yeah, I'm first class. It's La La Land. Point is, each one of us has to work, eliminate all of the ta'avot, all of the desires, run away from all the things that distance you from Hashem. Why? You have to clean yourself up. Have to. So when each person makes a choice and they start serving Hashem like clockwork every day they get closer. Every day they get closer to Hashem. Little by little they start feeling the goodness of Olam Haba even in this world. Even before Mashiach comes. Why? Because they're so close to Hashem. This is what we talked about last night. The people that get distant from Hashem, they treat the Torah as if it's a burden. Little by little, it becomes more and more suffering to keep mitzvot for them. They start hating it. They stop going to shul. They stop eating kosher. They stop keeping the holidays. All of a sudden they're interested in doing this. All of a sudden they're interested in doing that. All the things that they never did before, all of a sudden they're interested in doing all types of things that are against the Torah. Why? They treated the Torah as if it was a burden. Meaning, they made a choice. And that's where the Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin says that Am Yisrael is going to be forced to make a choice. But if they don't make a choice, Hashem is going to send them Haman. What does it mean He's going to send them Haman? Haman already died 2,000 years ago. There's a Haman in every generation. Just like there's a Mashiach in every generation, there's a Haman in every generation. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses a Haman, or a Hitler, or a Nebuchadnezzar, in order to force the few that are in the middle to make a choice. Either you're going with Hashem, or you go against Hashem. That's what happened to many tzaddikim during the Holocaust. That's what happened to many Reshaim during the Holocaust. And any other time before it, and that's what's happening today. Everybody has to make a choice. So, yes, the Mashiach is coming very, very soon. Hopefully, we've made the choice already with enough time to do TeShuva. So by the time He comes, we're already not in the middle ground anymore. But the point is that it's not going to be an easy time, and it's not an easy time right now. I mean, just look at the world around you. It's an upside down world. Everything is upside down. The world is on fire. People want to go to war every minute. Whether it's Trump, or it's Putin, or it's the guy from China, or the guy from Korea, or the guy from Iran, or Israel. Everybody wants to go to war. But not a regular war. Everyone's threatening with nuclear weapons. Chazal told us that the real war, the last part of Gog U'Magog, will last 9 minutes. When they said it, the last war will wipe out the world, 2/3 of the world in 9 minutes, people laughed. Why? The most sophisticated weapon in the world at that time was a bow and arrow. Meaning, even if you took 10 million soldiers of Nebuchadnezzar and all took out their arrows and shot them in the air, maximum you killed 10 million people. How are you going to kill 2/3 of the world? In 9 minutes, nonetheless. How are you going to get to China? How are you going to get to all these other places? But obviously, the prophecy was by Kadosh Baruch Hu, who knew already about the invention of atomic war and atomic weapons. Today, it's not really a question of how it could all happen in a second. All it requires is one person, one psychopath to press the button. Once they press the button in Iran, they press the button in Israel as a retaliation. They don't let anything land, they press it automatically. Once they press it in Israel, they're pressing it in other countries, in Pakistan. Once they press it in Pakistan, they press it in India. Once they press it in India, they press it somewhere else, in China. China, Russia, Russia, America. Few minutes, bye-bye world. This is not to scare you. It's just to warn you that we're running out of time. It's a reality. There's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing you can do about any of this stuff. Only thing you can do something about is your own TeShuva and the world around you's TeShuva. If you can help yourself do TeShuva and you can help Am Yisrael do TeShuva, that makes you a very valuable person. But if you're not willing to do TeShuva yourself and you're not willing to help other people do TeShuva, you have a lot more problems than Gog U'Magog. So it's a reality that's happening, and then this, Rabotai, is what we all have to set our minds up for. You're learning Torah for survival. You're fulfilling mitzvot for survival. You're being modest for survival. It's not for show. It's not for looks. It's not because you want all of your girlfriends to give you compliments that they like your new kisui rosh because it has sparkles on it. You can wear the sparkles on the kisui rosh. It's good. It's actually kavod for the Torah. It's making the mitzvah look beautiful. You should do it. But if the only reason you wear kisui rosh is for stylish reasons, it's not a good reason. Why? Eventually the Yetzer Hara is going to convince you that there's a better style. If the only reason you're modest is because you like the look, eventually the Yetzer Hara is going to convince you that something else is a better look. If the only reason you eat kosher is because your father owns the restaurant, eventually your father's not going to own the restaurant. Meaning you have to get to the bottom of everything and do the mitzvot for the right reason. And that only comes from education. That only comes from learning Torah. And this is what we're trying to do every day. But that Torah has to be pure. It has to tell you what's allowed, it has to tell you what's not allowed. It has to tell you what the reward is, it has to tell you what the punishment is. Yesterday we talked a lot about the reward in this world. Anyone that didn't watch the lecture from last night, Igeret Ramban, I think it was number 19, Spiritual Ecstasy, it's, I think, one of the best lectures we've ever done. Simply because it gives people a clear understanding of the benefits of living a Torah life in this world. Not Olam Haba. Olam Haba is hard for people to fathom. But in this world, definitely highly recommended. But you also need to know the other side if you don't do it. Why? Because that's our nature. We always need to know what the risk is.
You know what you can do? You can support actually helping those people by publicizing Kiruv, by supporting it. If you don't have any money to donate to help us with all the things that we're doing, fine, no problem. We make it free for you. Go to the Kiruv store, kiruvstore.org, order some books, order some USBs, and distribute in your community. So at the very least, instead of complaining, you could actually start helping Am Yisrael do TeShuva.